Chris, what is our third main topic today?
Third topic comes from Janet. Hi, John and crew. What are your thoughts on the trailer for the HBO Max original series, Tokyo Vice? Ken Watanabe looks great, and there's some Infernal Affairs vibes. April 7th looks fantastic.
All right, thanks for sending that in, Janet. And you know, it's funny because somebody just wrote in the other day. You remember somebody wrote in saying, hey, John, where's the Tokyo Vice trailer? The show is like a month away or less, right? Where is it? And I said, yeah, well, remember, television's a little bit different than movies. Like sometimes television shows will, like Disney Plus, will drop trailers really early, but a lot of times TV shows, they have a much smaller marketing window, whatever. But the trailer has now come out. And I watched it. And first of all, hearing about the show, I was very interested. First of all, you got Michael Mann doing it, which Mr. Miami Vice himself. So you know it's going to have the atmosphere. You know it's going to have the attitude. And by the way, there was a Michael Douglas movie. I want to say it was called Black Rain. That was it. That
directed by Ridley Scott.
That's right.
Andy Garcia, Kate Capshaw.
And it all take place. Like, I love the idea of a Westerner, fish out of water, set in Japanese culture.
I have a Black Rain action figure.
Of course you do. Is it Michael Douglas?
No, it's the Japanese Yakuza. And he even comes with a missing finger. And he comes with the knife that he cut his finger off with.
You know, I just realized
that actor passed away.
That thing I just said about, I like seeing like a Western figure as a fish out of water in Japanese culture. That might be why it goes all the way back to me for Shogun. Mm-hmm. Right? Like not an American figure in there, but still, I kind of like that. Anyway, so the trailer for Tokyo Vice just dropped. And I had an interesting experience with it because two things struck me. And I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this. Number one, I'm in. This is an interesting looking trailer. It hits all those kind of check boxes I was looking for. It's got that Michael Mann kind of edge to it, that underworld gritty feeling, an investigator trying to explore and discover all this kind of stuff. Also, listen, there's a few rules in life. Death, taxes, comic book or video game movies suck, although that law's been changing. And Ken Watanabe is awesome. That's just a law of the universe.
That's very true.
Ken Watanabe is awesome. And sure enough, he looked incredible. And I could listen to that dude read the phone book, Ken Watanabe. So that's one thing for me that stood out about the trailer. The other thing is this. I think I realized watching this trailer that I don't actually think Ansel Elgort's all that good. I mean, I really liked him in Baby Driver. I think he fit the role of Baby really well.
Yep.
But it was like, what's the John Heder, the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite? It's like where it was like that situation where you found a guy where there was this role that really would fit them really, really well. But then you realized once you move beyond that, there wasn't much else there. And like I watched West Side Story, my favorite film of the year. And we talk about a number, like it's Raina or whoever, we talk about a number of the characters all the time. You know what we never talk about? The star of the movie, Ansel Elgort, who was perfectly fine in the movie. He really was. But he did, unlike his castmates, he didn't elevate the movie. And then I watched this. And I was talking with a buddy of mine last night. And I'm like, I think my biggest takeaway was Ansel Elgort was horribly miscast in this. It just doesn't, like, everything about it feels great. And then there's this floundering fish flopping around on the deck out of place. And that's what Ansel Elgort felt like to me. And so I think I watched that trailer. I'm like, I think I just realized I don't actually like Ansel Elgort all that much. Again, I don't want to read too much into it. I've only seen about 4 of his projects, and I really liked him in one of them. But I don't know. I think to me, the biggest weakness for the trailer was Elgort. Anyway, Rob, I know this is a show you've been particularly interested in. What do you think about the trailer?
I read this book. I read the book the week it came out. And what I found fascinating about this whole book is it really delves into the relationship between the authorities and the Yakuza, and how they there's tolerance and they have to work because of Japanese culture and what the Yakuza does and how they do things. There's kind of a push and pull between the authorities and the Japanese underworld that I was unaware of, that I thought that the book did a really interesting job of portraying. And that was one of the things I think the author of the book, because the book is actually about he was a reporter, a Western reporter in Japan. And I was fascinated by it. So I am deliriously, my dream is to go to Japan. I've wanted to go to Japan my whole life. I almost went in 2010 when the Space Battleship Yamato live action movie came out and didn't go. So I am deliriously excited for this show. And because I read the book too, and Michael Mann's making it, everything about this show ticks all of little Bobby Burnett's boxes. So I really hope that it's great. But like you, I thought that Ansel Elgort seemed a little, let's call him flat. I'm rooting for him. I am. Because I too like Baby Driver. But this show, John, it's at the top of my list of things to watch. I can't wait for this. I read this book, 10 years ago? Maybe? Even longer? I can't wait.
And by the way, I should point out.
Please be good.
Well, I should point out, it's just a trailer.
Yeah.
It's just a trailer. We may watch the first episode, and Ansel Elgort may come across as fabulous in the show.
Yeah.
And I hope, I'll be, like you said, I'll be cheering for Ansel. I hope he's great in this. I'm just saying right now, what I'm seeing looks kind of like, by the way, our friend Kaori Takei, she is always going to and always trying to get Anime to go to Japan with her. And so is Soul.
I'll go to Japan with her.
Soul's always trying to get us to go to Japan. So one of these days I got to get out there too.
Dude,
anyway,
can we go but we need hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy action figures, die-cast robots, and shipping. So we can
shipping it all back is going to be the real, because you can get it cheaper over there.
Can we do that?
Bring in an extra suitcase just for that.
Dude, I just want to go. I want to go to the
shipping
Gundam factory. I want to see where they make Gunpla. I want to go to Hobby Link Japan's warehouse.
Yeah,
I want to go to Toho
places.
Studios. I want to see the full-size Gundam. Come on, man.
Chris, you had a chance to watch the Tokyo Vice trailer. What did you think of it?
Well, I'm very excited that the book has the little Bobby Burnett seal of approval, because I was going to pick it up and I have the same reading taste as you, so I'm very excited about this. The trailer looks great. This lovely neon-soaked version of Tokyo is fantastic. I love it.
And it's set in the 90s, is it not? The show is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's by the way, you know what would be even better?
What?
If Han is in this.
Oh,
You'd be
jeez,
so
of course.
happy. All I know is that we need justice for him and nothing else. I have no other concepts. I love Ken. I'm really excited about this. I really love shows about investigative journalists. I think they're always super, super intriguing. Having the Yakuza in there too is super fun. I'm really excited. Ken's always magnificent. My issue with Ansel is that he just seems young for this role.
yeah.
I don't know if he feels flat to me. It's just, he was born in 1994. He's a young fella, and he plays younger typically too. But maybe this is him coming into his age, really. Maybe this is going to show us a young, hungry reporter who's willing to kind of get his hands dirty and really climb through this underbelly and see what's going on. So maybe I'll have a different opinion once I see it. But that was the only takeaway I had on his casting, was just, but he's baby. But he's baby. So maybe once I'm watching, I'll be like, oh no, he seems like he has the chops and the education to be pulling off this kind of role.
So for those of you who want to know a little bit more about it, this comes to us from IndieWire. A TV adaptation of Jake Alstein's 2009 nonfiction book, Tokyo Vice, an American reporter on the police beat in Japan, that's a long title, has been in the mix for a decade. The memoir, a recounting of Alderstein's, I hope I'm saying that, Alderstein's years living in Tokyo as the first non-Japanese reporter working for one of Japan's largest newspapers, originally inspired a project that would have seen Daniel Radcliffe facing off against the Yakuza in the form of a feature film.
Give me that.
Now,
Now I'm mad.
Now, in the hands of playwright J.T. Rogers, HBO Films Oslo, the series stars Ansel Elgort in the role of Adelstein. The 10-part series finds Elgort's character embedding himself within the Tokyo Vice Police Squad to expose corruption. The HBO Max original drops on April 7th, with subsequent episodes each Thursday. Watch the trailer below, and of course, we're not going to do that. But coming out soon, and I'm going to have it on my wall. I like the trailer overall, and I hope Ansel works out great for it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to see this trailer for Tokyo Vice? If so, what did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN. Now, guys, does it make sense that the same company who controls half the online retail also passively eavesdrops on your private conversations at home? Or what about the idea that a single company controls 90% of the internet searches, runs your email service, and gets to track everything you do on your smartphone? You guys know that big tech is more powerful than most countries are, and they profit by exploiting your personal data. It's time to put a layer of protection between your online activity and these tech juggernauts, and that's why I use ExpressVPN. You see, when you run ExpressVPN on your device, the software hides your IP address, something that big tech companies can use to personally identify you. So ExpressVPN makes your activity harder to trace and sell to advertisers. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of your internet data to keep you safe from hackers and eavesdroppers on your network. So stop handing over your personal data to the big tech monopoly that mines your activity and sells your information. Protect yourself with a VPN that I trust to keep me safe online. Visit expressvpn.com/Campea. That's expressvpn.com/Campea to get 3 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Campea right now to learn more.